ここからが本番。レイズフルハウスゼロから始めるポーカー教室。
Hello everyone, this is Mireille. On this channel, we upload videos where you can learn both poker and English at the same time. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll be able to play confidently in overseas cash games. Today, I will explain two similar hands about pot odds. Now, here we go. +1 Yokosawa opened with King-Queen offsuited, cut off JungleMan, a world-famous player, called with 4-3 suited. Then the player on the button made a 3-bet to 3.6 times with Ace-Jack suited. Yokosawa with King-Queen and JungleMan with 4-3 suited both called, so the pot is now 3-way. The flop comes 7 of diamonds, King of clubs, and 4 of hearts. Yokosawa with King-Queen got top pair. He checks quickly and waits for the original action. Button with Ace-Jack suited made a continuation bet of about 30%. Yokosawa, with top pair, decides to call. What will JungleMan do with bottom pair? Then, JungleMan with 4-3 suited made a check raise to about 4 times. This is a very good play. If it's value bet, JungleMan could have a set like pocket 7 or pocket 4. And bluff bet, he could have one of the following. First, a hit hand that blocks sets, like 8, 7 or 5-4. Second, an open-ended straight draw. This helps to balance his range. Button folds with Ace-Jack suited. Now, let's think about what the best move is for Yokosawa with King-Queen. First, Yokosawa's remaining stack is about $11,000. JungleMan's raise size is $8,500. This size means Yokosawa is now required to go all in. Yokosawa has two choices, all in or fold. When deciding between an all in or fold, it's important to consider whether bluffs are properly included in JungleMan's check raise range. Since the board has very few draws, only 6-5 suited, if JungleMan doesn't have any hit hands as bluffs, his range will be too value heavy. That means, if JungleMan's range doesn't include hit-based bluffs, it's better to fold because his range is too strong. If his range includes hit-based bluffs, Yokosawa should go all in to maximize value. Yokosawa decides to go all in. He probably judged that JungleMan is a strong player, and would have the right amount of bluffs in his range. Now, JungleMan is in a tough spot. Knowing he is behind, he has to think about the pot odds. To call, JungleMan needs to put in $5,075 to get for a pot of $39,550. That means the required win rate is $5,075 divided by $39,550 is approximately equal to 13%. This gives him a good enough pot odds, so he reluctantly calls. They play twice. First, Ace of Hearts and 6 of Hearts. Second, Jack of Clubs and 6 of Clubs. And Yokosawa wins both times. Yokosawa successfully doubled up.
ゼロから始めるポーカー教室。
Alright, let's move on to the next hand. +1 Yokosawa opened with Queen 10 suited. The player in the big blind had jacks and made a 3-bet, and Yokosawa called. A 3-bet from the big blind against an under-the-gun open is only about 5% of entire range, so it's better to assume they have a strong hand. The flop comes Ace of Clubs, 6 of Clubs, and 10 of Spades. The big blind player with jacks made a continuation bet of about 50%. The bet size is big. Let's think about what Yokosawa should do here. Yokosawa's hand is middle pair with a flush draw. While he's currently behind against hands like ace or kings, queens and jacks, he still has good equity against them. So calling is definitely fine here. Also, since Yokosawa's in position, there's no need to raise and commit to the pot. If he raises and gets re-raised, even with a strong hand, he'd be risking too much. So it's better to just call. The turn is the Jack of Diamonds. The big blind player, with jacks, bets about 60% of the pot, which is $6,000. Yokosawa's remaining stack is $7,250. So he's almost being asked to go all in here. Let's think about whether Yokosawa should go all in or fold. First, he needs $7,250 to go all in, and the total pot is $24,450, so he needs around 30% equity to call. In short, he is thinking about whether Queen 10 suited has enough equity. Having Queen 10 gives Yokosawa flush draw and gut shot straight draw. So, even against strong hands like aces or jacks, he now has 12 outs. In other words, the equity for the value is 24%, and there aren't quite enough odds for 30%. Then, it becomes important to know how much the opponent is bluffing. Most Broadway hands are strong now, and Yokosawa blocks flush draw. The key is to figure out if the opponent's pocket pairs are part of the bluff. We can only think about this based on how they've played so far. This is a very difficult decision. It's a tough spot. After thinking for a while, Yokosawa decides to go all in. They agreed to twice. The first river is the 7 of spades. Next river is the 10 of hearts. Unfortunately, he didn't hit his draw and lost the big pot. That's it for today's hands. If you have any suggestions like, I want you to cover this player, or, please add more English parts, feel free to leave a comment. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you can.
ゼロから始めるポーカー教室。